So lads, so second video on the channel. Today we're talking about balancing weight training with your other styles of training. So in the past year I've gotten into martial arts training, kickboxing in particular, so I'm trying to balance that out with my weight training. So in the past 12 months or so I have had to cut back a little bit on the weight training, but this is how I'm doing it while still trying to see good results from it. Being fueled by a pink monster, by the way. So the reality of the situation is you're not going to be able to optimise your bodybuilding style training as well as the other training you're doing if you're combining them together. As most of you'll know, getting big muscles through bodybuilding training, it's going to slow you down for other sports like your football or your boxing or whatever it may be. It can be quite a challenge to find a happy medium, but you want to try your best to find one without overtraining. You could go and still train weights 5 days a week, you could train your martial arts 5 days a week or your football, whatever it is, but you're going to be burnt out pretty soon, so you want to find a happy medium, as I said, and kind of balance it out well. So overtraining is a real thing, especially when it comes to hypertrophy training. If you're overtraining and burning your body out, you're creating suboptimal conditions for muscle growth. It's going to be very hard for you to progress in the gym with your weight training. So if you're trying to build muscle, ideally you want to be in a calorie surplus or at least at maintenance calories. If you're doing all this extra cardio, you're going to be burning so many calories. It's a real challenge to try and keep your calories high so you can keep on building muscle. Oftentimes if you're overtraining as well, you'll find yourself having fuck all energy during the day and you're just knackered. So your strength gain in the gym is going to be very hampered as well, because if you're doing all this extra training, you're burning your body out a lot. You're not going to be able to bring the same level of intensity into your weight sessions then. Not going to be able to progressively overload, which is the key to building muscle, and then you're fucked. So this is how I structure my weight training at the minute while I'm combining it with other modes of training. So I train full body 3 days a week, nice and simple, hitting each body part 3 times a week. Not too much volume in each workout, and I'm making sure to space them out across the week as well. So I might go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I might go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or anything like that. I just make sure I'm not doing back-to-back days in the gym, because I'm training full body. That means I'll be hitting each body part 2 days in a row. You want to allow your body to recover. Each session I have now is just over an hour, and there's a massive focus on compound exercises. I might throw in 2 isolations, a quick superset for arms at the end, maybe a little bit of shoulders with lateral raises, and we'll throw in a pec fly variation as well, so either a pec deck or a cable fly. Other than that, it's just all compounds. You've got your bench press, you've got your shoulder press, pull-ups, lat pull-downs, heavy rolls, all that good stuff. Because you're only training 3 days a week now, it's even more important. Your focus should be on that progressive overload in your training, trying to increase your strength day on day. Now, for the other training styles, so obviously Hyrox is becoming a big trend in fitness now. A lot more cardio-based, definitely a strength element to it as well. But definitely very heavy on the cardio with Hyrox. Running is a big trend as well now, especially for weightlifters with this hybrid training thing coming in. So if you're going on 3 or 4 runs a week, you're obviously going to be burning so many calories. It's very hard to balance that with your weight training. But it can definitely be done under the right conditions, as I'll come to in the next slide. You might be a cyclist, you might play football and just want to get bigger as well at the same time. Or like me, you're getting into martial arts training and you want to balance that with your strength training. You want to learn how to defend yourself through fighting, but you also want to get big and build a physical presence. So my martial arts training and how I structure it. Now, quick caveat, if you want to be a pro fighter, forget about weights. Your number one focus should be on becoming a better fighter, not getting a bigger physique. Not to say that weight training won't have its place in a professional fighter's routine, but definitely you wouldn't be doing any bodybuilding style training. As I said before, if you want to get big and build a physical presence as well as learn some combat and how to defend yourself, this is how I balance it. So I aim to do about 3 sessions a week. Kickboxing, this is 90 minutes. Oftentimes it can just be 2 because I get caught up with work. So often these sessions that I do, they'll be broken down quite a bit. 2 will be more drilling and technique and 1 will be a sparring day. Before I actually got into training kickboxing, I started off doing jiu-jitsu for a couple of months, was really liking it, was training about 2 or 3 times a week. Got an injury then, I found it hard to get back into it since because I'm doing the kickboxing as well, but I'm going to try and get back into doing jiu-jitsu as well 1 or 2 times a week. Often them sessions aren't as intensive cardio-wise as the kickboxing. It's a lot more drills and it's a lot more of a slow pace. We are drilling on that, obviously there's no striking or anything. With kickboxing, obviously you're throwing punches, throwing kicks, it's taking it out of you regardless. Your diet and your nutrition. It's very hard to bulk if you're doing extra cardio, so all these kickboxing sessions, if you're doing running, if you're a cyclist, if you're doing Hyrox style training, very hard to get calories in to be up at the level of a bulk. Liquid calories, high calorie shakes, high calorie alternatives of foods, they're all going to be our best friend. Try your best to eat clean, that's what I do. I'm bulking at the minute, I'm trying my best to eat clean. I'll eat dirty every now and then to get the calories in. I won't go and have a full cheat day and just eat shit all day though. I have good solid meals throughout the day. If I need to eat a little dirty in the evening to get them extra calories in, I will. More often than not, I manage to get them in clean because of the smarter food choices that I do make throughout the day. Make sure your protein is high. You need that to recover from your training, and you need it to be building that muscle, especially when you're doing all this extra cardio as well with your other styles of training. Cutting can be made a lot easier when you're doing these other training styles. Last year I was cutting and it was going pretty well, and then I actually got into kickboxing during my cut last year, and the weight started flying down. Rest and recovery. I think sleep is your superpower. Go and listen to Matthew Walker. He's a sleep scientist. I first heard him on the Joe Rogan podcast probably 5 years ago. Since then I've been so caught up about the importance of sleep. Each night you want to be getting between 7 and 9 hours. Get a consistent schedule. Feel what amount of sleep you feel best on. For me, it's about 7.5, 8 hours. Each week as well, I'll make sure I have at least 1 to 2 rest days where I'm not doing any training. The most I'll do on them days is either a light bit of stretching or a walk. Sauna, ice baths, stuff like that can be quite good for your recovery as well. Yoga is also good for active recovery, and it's also going to help with longevity. So that's pretty much all I have to say on that topic. Since I started training kickboxing, I've done a lot of kind of trial and error and seeing how many weight days I should do a week. Before I was doing 5, now I'm just doing 3. As I said, I'm still seeing good progress with my weights. I don't find it's really stopping me from progressing in the gym, only doing the 3 days. I'm focusing on compound lifts, really smashing it out 3 times a week. As I said, each workout only lasting about an hour or so. And then I've got my 2 or 3 martial arts sessions on top of that. I'll often do 1 or 2 runs a week as well. I'll do one involving hill sprints, and I'll do one kind of for distance and to keep up my cardio for training as well. So if you liked the video and you learned anything from it, make sure you like the video and subscribe as well.